the theory on all banjo head changing is that as soon as I turn one lug, the ones next to them will also change. So you'll find some have to be turned quite a bit to start to grab. So once again, as soon as I tune one of them, the other two next to it will need to be brought up in tension, and then the next to those might need to be brought up in a little bit of tension as well. So, all right, well, I have a teeny bit of pressure on the banjo head now. It should sound just like a thuddy piece of wet cardboard. Take your palm, push it down in the center of the head. Not a lot, just a little bit of pressure, just to kind of get that to pull some of the glue, seat some of the glue that's in the head. Okay, we're going to start to turn these. At this point, if you wanted to, you could go to a tuning key. You can feel in the tuning key just a little bit better than the wrench. The wrench is nice for taking the heads off, but the tuning key is nice once you feel like you've got things pretty balanced and committed, because I can feel just exactly how much tension I'm at with the key. Okay, I am getting just a little bit more tension. Push down on the head. I see if it's puckering at all in areas, and I know that that area just needs a little bit more tuning than the rest. Tuning, tightening. Starting to sound like a drum now. Turn that back around. Okay, now this is kind of an interesting phenomenon. At this point, since you're up to pretty, you now want to take the two lugs that had the arm plate on them, and you want to loosen those up. Take your armrest, back off, place the armrest in position, bring these back up, because in the beginning it's just hard to work around it, so it's nicer to put it on a little bit after the fact. Now I have my armrest on. Get that going on there. And now as the rim gets pulled down, the armrest will follow it, so it's just a nice little... There's my armrest. Some people like to have that armrest down just a little bit, but that's something that you can decide to do after the fact. So, if you do like it down below the level of the rim of the banjo head, then you can always lower that down. Okay, so I'm going to keep going with my tuning. I have this going back and forth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Check my tuning. Things are starting to come along nicely. Turn that back around. Once again, just keeping things nice and even here. 1, 2, 3. The 4th lug, the 5th, 6th, 7, 8. At this point, I want to see where the rim is starting to seat in, and I can see that it is completely flush with the neck. So now my neck and the rim is flush. This rim has to go down below the level of the neck, or I won't be able to do any fretting up here. So once I get to this point, I might be pretty close to the point that I could put my strings on, and then once I get the tension of the strings on, then I can increase the banjo head, the tension of the banjo head. So, but before I do that, I'm just going to give these guys just another little teeny turn, just to make sure that they're all seating nicely. If you haven't had a chance, it's really neat to go to the Deering website and see the tour of the Goodtime factory. Okay, alright, well I am in pretty well with that, so I'm going around the neck, the head, and I'm just seeing if it feels like most of my sound is the same. So all around there it sounds nice. And so now I'm going to go get a fresh pack of strings, and I'm going to put my strings on, and then we'll tighten this up just a little bit more.